Hi, I'm Craig Adams from California LightWorks. I'm really happy to announce the new Greenhouse Pro series. It's our latest, most innovative line of LED grow lights for horticulture. The first model in this series, it's the GH Pro 340. It's a fully contained 340 watt LED light specifically designed for greenhouse applications. There's a number of important innovations we're introducing for the first time. First of all, it's a very compact, linear design which has limited shadow effect, especially in a greenhouse. It's passively cooled, so you have virtually no moving parts. Very good resistance to humidity and direct dripping. Unlike a lot of our competitors, fully integrated drivers, so there's no external drivers that need to be mounted separately. And the biggest innovation of this new light, it's all wireless Bluetooth controls. It's an exclusive new Bluetooth mesh technology that we've developed with our wireless partners, which gives you incredible power of control and interaction and communication between fixtures, sensors, and a central control hub. Eliminates the need for any data cable wiring. It's a mesh network, so it automatically communicates with every other light. So there's very few issues with interference from radio frequency, or distance is not a problem about how far away the lights are from the central control. So this new Bluetooth mesh technology gives us the ability to link multiple sensors with multiple devices in a greenhouse, all communicating locally. Once programmed, the actual program stays in the local device, so it doesn't depend on a controller sending commands. All of the routines are stored in the local device. You can have even intelligent communication between sensors and devices once the program has been set without going through a central controller, or these can run through a central program where intelligence could be in a cloud. We have a cloud service which will track data and allow commands of any zones automatically or manually. It gives you the ability to chain up to 10 lights together, piggybacked with our special waterproof cable design. It's simply, these are available in various lengths depending on how close the lights are together. You can chain them together very simply. They click on, so installation is a snap. The GH340 features the latest generation Osram LEDs, up to 3 micromoles per joule, making it the most efficient on the market. This new light also gives you the ability to interact wirelessly with a photo center. So typically in different parts of a greenhouse, you might have shading where in relationship to the sun. So you can actually interact with photo sensors in zones which can light up the darker zones of a greenhouse as the sun moves across, automatically communicating between the sensor and the light to dim and adjust to hit any predetermined micromole level. This new light design allows you, number one, to eliminate the need for contactor panels at the electrical panel, because all on, off, and programmable functions are handled wirelessly through the Bluetooth. It also allows elimination of a great percentage of the power drop, since we can piggyback lights up to 10 on a single power drop. Once the electrical boxes are installed, even unskilled labor can quickly hang these, mount them with no special skills. So this greatly reduces installation costs in a typical greenhouse operation. Also makes maintenance or changing out lights very simple, just a few minutes. The Bluetooth network is all programmable wirelessly, so if we have software updates, it can all happen remotely and automatically. No need to take the fixtures down, no need for local servicing. This also allows for the collection of data. For example, electricity usage, on-off times, even light measurements over time from the light sensors. So it gives you a very powerful tool for communicating and gathering data from your greenhouse network. So as with all our fixtures, everything is UL approved, comes with a 5-year warranty. We have local support and service from our factory in Southern California, and we're really proud of this light. It's probably the nicest light we've ever come up with. We are in Salinas, California today at the new Harborside FLRish Farms greenhouse. This is a brand new 50,000 square foot Venlo greenhouse, just starting operation now. This is our first installation of our new greenhouse light. It's the Greenhouse Pro 340. It's the first significant installation, which we're firing up for the first time today. So this house here, what was your target light level?
I was wanting to hit minimum of 750, and
Which is a lot.
Which is a lot.
Almost indoor.
Is it almost indoor? And I'm testing it in this one bay more so than the other bays, right? Like we did all these lights in these houses, but this one has a little bit more in it because I want to see the yield differences of winter versus spring or summer and fall, right? So that's a huge deal to put a little bit more light in here and get that 700, 750 UMOLs to have that year-round quality. What other nursery other than indoor could have year-round quality if you're only 400 or 500 UMOLs of light?
Right.
Well, sun goes down at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the winter. What are we going to do till 6 o'clock, right? So your lights are going to give that indoor quality 12 months out of the year.
When we were thinking about the construction of this project, and we didn't know we were going to use these lights at the time, and at the time we were thinking of how are we going to build all this infrastructure to in this short time frame? And then as soon as we found out that we're dealing with the Cal LightWorks lights, all we needed to do is just hang strut, conduit, throw up the lights. It was super fast. And not only that, the cost that you're saving on using this particular light is
the cost on labor alone.
Yeah, the cost on labor, the cost on parts. We don't have to build any contactors or do any relay logic. That saved an incredible amount of time and made us be able to pull off this job in that time frame.
This is the Bluetooth mesh platform. We call it a mesh tech platform, which has Bluetooth mesh capability of even doing thousands of, say, lights in a network fashion where you can control in group wise, individually, you can schedule the lights, and everything is wireless. So we are taking out the complexity of wired network, the maintenance aspect of it. It's very cost effective as well. And another important aspect of it is we have a real-time clock with simple battery structure inside each controller that is going to each of the lights. And the advantage of that is when I send schedules, the schedules actually reside in each light itself. And that is the way you get the highest reliability of having that schedule turn on off at the right time. So it's basically the gateway is simple, which is Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Ethernet gateway, where this gateway has the ability to communicate with each zone or each network independently, and you can either cut it off the internet, you can locally control it, and if there is internet, nothing like it, you can still connect to the cloud and connect or control it remotely.
So it gives us a lot of flexibility. So it's pretty exciting to see all this come together, be able to control it on such a simple Bluetooth system.
The ease of the wireless technology is that these lights communicate with high voltage right next to them, so we don't have any noise interference. And the construction of the lights with the Bluetooth technology has eliminated all the contactor panels and the normal lighting control that we would need. For here we have 660 light fixtures at approximately 350 watts each. We would do normally HID of 1,000 watts, but we would need a contactor for each one. So you'd almost need one circuit for every HID or every 2 HIDs.
How would these compare installation-wise with those type of setups?
Oh, the ease of installation here, because you have a modulated connector, everything is plug and play. There's no strapping, hanging of cords, and there's nothing.
No external driver that has to be mounted somewhere else. And what about how many fixtures are you able to install from a single power drop?
7. So in this installation, we're doing 7 per circuit. And being they're iPhone or iPad capable, so you can control them easily. It's simple.
User-friendly.
Yeah. We don't need the same greenhouse control systems as we used to have with light meters and contactor panels and all that. Everything's done through wireless and Bluetooth now. So we had 666 points of connection in these lights if we had to do it in HID. In the old HBS.
And instead there's less than 100 as far as the power drops?
Yes. Yes. So with the gateway, what we do is we just use a power over Ethernet switch, and then the gateway communicates to the lights, And the receivers in the center of the lights, and basically we just point the gateway. For every 2 rows, we have 1 gateway, and it communicates to the first light, which communicates on down to each light after it. Each greenhouse will have 5 gateways, which will go back to a data switch, and all we need is an internet connection, and we're good to go.
So what do you think your lighting cycle will be like? Morning and evenings when you have fog, and then more often when it's wintertime?
More often it's wintertime. Obviously in the summer it'll be more of a fog. We barely have 200-300 UMOLs of light. And now we have that ability to turn your lights on and to dim as the sun comes up. That is huge to me, because most lights are either on or off, or you could adjust them slightly, but you can't actually automatically dim them as the sun comes up. And this side, which has no sun, is going to have the ability to have full spectrum of 750 UMOLs throughout that morning. With another 100 or 2 from Mother Nature, I'm getting that higher spectrum of light, right? So that's really important to me. And you have that ability now to dim from white, which is already coming from the natural sunlight, to go to red, which is something we want for more bud flower and forming bud. To me, those are 2 win-wins for me. I think, to me, the coolest thing you guys developed that I was struggling with was the ability to dim the light with the white and then goes directly to red as the sun is coming up. To me, that was the tipping stone right there, because that allows us, one, we see with our other house that has your lights in it, we put other competitors side by side, but half the house was another competitor and the other house was you with the purple light. And we saw up to an increase of 20% increase in bud and yield from your purple lights than we did a typical competitor that has a straight white light.
Right.
So
well, that's always been our philosophy, especially a greenhouse where you've generally got a lot of blue light in all conditions, either direct or indirect sun. But when you lose the direct sun, you lose that direct red.
Correct.
That's where your yield comes from. So that's the most important thing we feel you should be supplementing.
Right.
And since we have it on 2 channels, if you can supplement only in red under those conditions where you've got lots of blue sunlight, but that's where you're going to get the best gains in yield. And so far it's proven to be true that that red really drives yield. But then you still have the natural white and a full spectrum when you need it. Can't wait to see this place full of plants. How soon are you going to start filling up the house
We
here?
think between 3 and 4 weeks we'll have sign off and we'll be fully operational. We're going to move into this bay first, and then 2 weeks later we move into the other 3 bays next to it. So pretty excited about that.
Very nice.
Can't wait. And
I'm glad you went with us, because this is a fun project.
Thank you. Appreciate it.